Welcome back. The scruffiest, the wampest, the raddest cantina. It's me, Cole, and I'm joined with Steve for Market Report. Steve,
Oh, hello.
good afternoon, sir.
Hello there.
Hello there
Good
to you as
afternoon.
well. I'm glad to have you here.
Glad to be here. There's nowhere I would rather be than the
Oh,
scruffy Womp Rat Cantina.
dude, the seats are badass, let me tell you. They're great.
Yeah, my
They're like
butt
the
has
most
never felt
comfortable
so.
Wookiee fur, which was totally legally and ethically sourced, quotation marks.
We had the
All I can
best
say is I know a
fur, the
Trandoshan.
best seats.
The best fur, the best. Well, welcome back to Market Report. We wanted to do a little bit different things this week. We wanted to make it a little bit more fun, so we've added a couple different kinds of topics besides just Market Report stuff. But you're here for the price rises and drops first. So let me go ahead and get those out of the way. A little bit depressing. I'm not exaggerating. I spent 20 minutes this morning, Steve, combing TCG Player, doing research like I normally do for this show. I could not find a single significant price rise in a rare, legendary, or uncommon. The only
Hey,
one
that's
was
a good
kind of
thing,
a
right?
booster box rise, but it's a weird black sheep kind of thing. It's the two-player starter kit from Spark of Rebellion because there's just so few of them left that it's kind of gone to the moon. But that's not really a rise kind of thing because I don't want to encourage people buying and selling sealed product for investing because it's a bad choice as someone who does it.
No, I talked to Kevin at the shop yesterday about just like swoo singles and stuff, and he said that he's actually getting out of the swoo single market just for that reason. Because what's the point? You can go buy a box for $45, and
Yeah.
you've lost your money. You're not getting that back. And so they're like he's gonna still do sealed product and still support events, but he's like I can't afford to lose money on all these singles. Just totally understandable.
At first when he announced that, I was kind of a hater, and I was like, I don't see why he would do. But then again, I'm one of the few people who pick singles up. But here's the thing: now that I've had a couple weeks to chew the fat on it, I'm like, okay, I get it. He's first off, he runs. We're just gonna go into a side tangent for a second. He runs so many games and communities successfully. I cannot imagine having the time to do as much as they do with the success they do. Does that make sense? I know I keep saying they do, but this is a store that runs so many miniature games, so many trading card games, board games, D&D. Like they run everything, and to a, I would say, relatively successful community size in most games. But yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
mean I'd
Kevin.
agree
Shout
with
out to
that. I
Waterloo
can't keep it
Games.
all straight.
If
Yeah,
you're
shout
ever in the
outs.
RVA area, give them some business. They're great people. They'd love to talk to you. Tell them the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina sent you.
So no prices
No,
rose significantly. Anything dropped?
unfortunately, no. There were a couple drops though. So the first one is Darth Treya was hovering like $12 to $15 for a little bit, just because the combo's so good. But another interesting thing that we've seen is another side tangent, but we have time as always. Secrets of Power started off as, how do I put this? That was the quickest box fall off price we have seen with a set. Does that make sense? So, you normally pre-order them for like 90, $95. They come out, they start gradually coming down and bottom out around 40 or 50 or 60, right, Steve?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Normally that takes a few months. For Secrets of Power, it literally happened in the first week. Like I remember doing the market report before Secrets of Power and after the week it came out, and I went, "Do not buy a box; they're going to crash." I've seen the price trajectory; it's insane. They've actually kind of recovered to about $60 a pop just because of the Amidalas. But we'll get into the main topic as to why that's not going to last. But my overall point is, Steve, that this was the box set that fell off the quickest, which was interesting. So I'm really curious to see what happens with set 7 because FFG has already said they're already looking at repricing boxes for the distributors because even ignore regular play boxes. Carbonite boxes are not selling, and my god are they losing money on that. Um so those are some things that I'm really looking forward to seeing how FFG changes that.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. Personally don't like carbonite. I mean, I know that a lot of people do.
I'm
So I
starting to come
mean,
around
to
to your
each his
camp, I'm gonna be
own.
honest.
But for me, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not going to spend $26 to be disappointed with a pack. I'd rather pay $5 and be disappointed.
Thank you, exactly. The other thing is the new art for the new Carbonite set's not doing it for me. We should get more into that on Under the Twin Suns later this week. Tune in. We're gonna talk about that. But the Carbonite art it really hasn't done it for me since JTL, and it's still not doing it for me. Um, but yeah.
Why do you sorry, going back to Darth Treya real quick. Why do you think Darth Treya is standing out as like as this
Oh my
standout?
God,
As
I
like
went down a whole rabbit hole and never got back to my point. Thank you, Steve. My point was Secrets of Power boxes went so down in price that people started opening them, which reduced the supply. So they're actually going back up. They're back up to about $60 a pop for a box. The reason I think Darth Treya is standing out is a couple of reasons. Number one, the infinite combo with Grand Inquisitor. I know some people are playing it. That's the first reason. The second reason is it's a viable Sith to put in any Sith decks for Twin Suns. And the third reason is I have seen so much online speculation, and I've propagated a little bit of it myself. Dude, at some point, Revan is gonna be that dog, and Treya's gonna be involved in that, or maybe we're gonna get the. And I'm sorry that, and I feel so bad that I can't remember the canon name of the KOTOR 2 character, but I think that will be a leader at one point too. Um,
the
but that's
exile.
why I just think people are copiuming so hard that Revan or some Sith Triumvirate member is going to be so meta at some point that they're scooping it up. It's the same with Nihilus, and it's the same with Scion. Those are two of the other big hits.
Yeah, I just always assumed it was just because of her stat line. She's a 3 cost 3/5,
Well, that's
and
also just really good. Yeah, that's also just
that's
really
just
good. You're not
good, you
wrong.
know.
Yeah, yellow's
And she's got a
balanced. I've been
unique
told.
effect,
Yellow's
and
very balanced. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Totally
No,
not two
never any
bad
problems
leaders.
there.
Yeah, balanced, very balanced. Okay, let's get back to price drops. Thank you for bearing with us. The other couple significant price drops: Boba Fett from Spark of Rebellion for about 350. I think it's going down just because it doesn't see a lot of meta play anymore. I picked one up because I wanted one for a Twin Suns deck, but I think this could have relevancy in Eternal because I think the Boba Fett leaders are going to be really, really good in Eternal. Not even the banned ones. I'm just talking about the unbanned ones. Like I think Daimyo has a place in the meta. I think Burn Boba has a place in the meta. Another couple cards that dropped off significantly. Ahsoka Chasing Whispers. This is just a good card. $1.50. She's also a 3/5 and she does some cool things. And then
I'm about
Grand
to say that's
Inquisitor. Oh,
three
sorry. Go ahead.
3/5s. I was about to say that's 3 3/5s in a row. They were all three. It
Pick them up while
turns
they're
out that's
hot.
just mine.
But yeah, and then Grand Inquisitor's down to about 250 just because of the overabundance of the promos and stuff and how many times he's been printed. So Steve, speaking of the promos and how many they've been printed, I would like play the music. Doop doop boop doop 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 doop. Cole was right. Cole was right. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Cole was right. Yeah, my ego just gets bigger and bigger. So a couple weeks ago, Tyler and I had talked about whether the Queen Amidala promos being it's the store showdown promo, right? I always get the ones confused. I think it's the store
Yeah,
showdown.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
store showdown.
showdown.
So the
Hmm.
store showdowns have started happening around the country. I think ours are in a couple weeks. But there's now an abundance of Queen Amidala promos hitting the streets. And they're not like significantly undercut right now, but they're on the trajectory to. The regular Queen Amidalas are about $25 to $28 depending on shipping, but the promos are now going for about 15 to 25. So it's starting to happen. This card is going to come down significantly in price, which is a good and bad thing. It's a good thing for players who want to make this deck, like your daughter, Steve, who doesn't want to spend frickin' $60 on 3 cards. Instead, you can spend
Yeah,
like 15. I think this is going to bottom out between $5 to $11, depending on how many get out there. But it would cost you 30 at the most instead of 60. Like, who doesn't love that? But who it's going to hurt is our friends like Waterloo Games who have the boxes because this is going to be the number one hit and the price is going to continue to go down. So it's a good and bad thing.
yeah. My daughter and I, we already talked about it. Like, I'm not buying a
No, don't.
playset of
Hold.
Amidala. We're just gonna show up to the showdown, and hopefully one of us will make the top 8 and we can get 3.
Mm. Well, if it goes like the last store showdown where only 7 people showed up, everybody auto top eights, so you and your daughter get one
Yeah,
each. Then one of your
you are
sets
set.
go on. Um, But yeah, no. Anyone who has asked me, I want to get into the. I had a friend who was like, I want to get into the game and try Anakin Green. I'm like, cool. Either proxy or borrow your Amidalas for now. Do not buy them, please. You're gonna save yourself money. And the reason I tell people that is because, dude, I've wasted so much money in my life on cardboard. Do I regret it? No, because I'm a single man who has disposable income and bad decision making. But for those of us who are on a budget, we need to remember that. But yeah, the Amidala promos are. I'm kind of happy to see the price come down because any card in hot take, any card in this game should be $20 or less. I wish it was true for Magic too. It's just not. But for SWU, it should be that way.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, if everything was $20 or less, this would be a much, and it almost is
And it's pretty damn
a
close. There's just a
pretty
couple of staggerers.
yeah.
It's pretty damn close. All right. I thought another fun thing to review that we haven't looked over in a little bit is what is the best-selling card of each set, Steve? I just figured
Oh,
the
I
people
love
might
that.
want to know this. I
Okay.
found this kind of interesting. So for Spark, are we shocked? It's your boy Luke Skywalker, the man himself. I mean, it's just a good card, but the fact that these are only $20 now is awesome. I got one for 15 on Black Friday, which was crazy.
Yeah, that's he's got some stiff competition too. That just shows the power of that
Oh, the
seven
new
drop.
Luke? Yeah, the 9-7. I like the direction we're
Well,
going
no,
with.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm saying like, well, I'm just saying like he had some stiff competition. That was set one. That was the most powerful cards
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that we've seen, and that just shows the power of that seven drop that he was able to rise above all of them.
Dude, he's still relevant. He'll be relevant in Eternal. He's never gonna not be relevant. So
Oh
anybody who's
yeah,
telling you to
yeah.
panic sell your cards is incorrect. Like not to be starting beef or anything. Just don't panic sell. For Shadows, I don't think we're shocked at this one. It's Poe Dameron at $16. I
Nope.
mean that makes sense. Sabine Green is still relevant. It'll be once again Sabine Green will be relevant in Eternal in any format that has no ban list or no rotation either. For Twilight, it's General's Blade, $3. Do you remember that couple of weeks where these were like $10? Dude, I sold so many that
Yeah,
week. It was great.
I'm surprised it wasn't Cad Bane. I would have thought he would have been
You would
there,
think
but
it's still General's Blade. I
General's
think
Blade, I
people
guess,
are
is
still messing
still
with the
makes sense.
Obi-Wan Blue deck. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Keep going.
No. I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, Hero Green, Yoda, and Anakin, they're all playing General's Blades. I guess that makes sense.
And it's relevant in Twin Suns, especially if you
Yeah.
do like a weird Kit Fisto like Jedi tribal. For JTL, I don't think there's a shock here. It's Plan Bomb at $16. It's a really good card. I think I'm one of the few people who doesn't run this in his boba list. Like I just
It's
don't.
six costs. It's kind of expensive.
And like 8 indirect damage, which technically 9 if you have the boba leader, but like, I can do so much more for 6 resources. I can get a Hondo to give me raid on everything. I can get a Topple the Summit for pretty much the same. I mean, yeah.
There's something to be said too with not playing it and your opponent thinking it's in your deck, so they're
Mm.
playing around it, and you don't even have it. So, I mean, there's something to be said for that too.
And I also don't run Ruthless Raider, so I don't have any capital ships.
Oh, now that's just a crime.
No, that's just that's probably not my
That's
best choice.
just a
I
hate
took it out for
crime.
the trilogy tournament and I just never went back. Maybe I should replace Hondo with those. You're probably not wrong. But yeah, Legends of the Force. It's Anakin Skywalker, Champion Immortus, basically Baby Luke. But there's just become so many ways to get villain cards in your discard pile that are pretty easy and heroism ones, like Kylo, um, Mon Mothma. There's so many ways to do it now.
Yeah, I feel like there's some egg on my face because I was really down on this card when it was spoiled. I'm like, oh, this is Timu Luke Skywalker. He's got all the look of Luke Skywalker without the bang. He's got no restore. How often are you gonna put hero cards in your discard? And I was down on him really hard, but turns out, just having a 6 drop 5/7 that can shrink something still good.
And you can shrink 2 units if your opponent's like Darth Vader or
If
something.
yeah, if you're a spicy player, yeah, you can slip that extra trigger in there.
But I also was a hater on this card, and I also have egg on my face. And then secrets, it's Queen Amidala for $28. Just really good. It's in Green Anakin. It's in what's her name? Mon Mothma. It's in Rex. It's all those. But yeah, those are the
Hmm.
most popular cards by each set. It's all legendaries and then General's Blade. That's kind of funny. All right, I got a couple picks based on some spoilers we saw this week. So we've seen an ass load of Spectre spoilers. I'll put a couple of them up on the screen right now. Basically, we got like, and okay, we're probably going to be proven wrong again, Steve, but once again, this new Hera, Hera 2, is not as good as Hera 1. I just don't get how it is. Hera 1, all Spectre units. Oh, we're going to be wrong because you can play non-Spectre units. Never mind. We're going to find out. I have Hera 1 and Hera 2 by side. Let us know what you think down below. But basically, we got a bunch of Spectre reveals. So there's a couple really cheap Spectre cards right now that I would recommend picking up one if you don't have, just in case the Spectre becomes meta. God, I hope it does for Chris's sake. I know that man deserves a Spectre deck.
He does. He's
Chopper
waited
from
long enough.
Yeah, he's been patient. He's been a patient man. Chopper from Spark is about 20 cents. The Ghost from JTL is about 250. The Phantom 2 from JTL is about 50 cents. And then Alexander Callis is about 40 cents. I also was down on Callis. I can see this being really good in the new Hera deck where you have a bunch of unique Spectre and Rebel units.
Yeah.
And then my other picks are based off of the Raylo spoilers we got today, because they just kind of work with each other. And this is more for Eternal, and I guess this is kind of a stretch. The Ray with Palpatine's power is about 60 cents. Ray from Shadows is $1, and Kylo from Shadows is $1. If you want to play a weird Kylo Ray love deck, I guess I don't know, but these were the other spoilers we received. Side note: can we stop with the sequel crap, and can we stop with the giving me we're gonna get to Homeworld, Steve, and it's not gonna be about Homeworlds. They're gonna go, ha 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 ha, tricked you. Lawless time. Here's a bunch of Force users and Spectre units. Come on, man. Give me like pirates. Give me like skeleton crew. Give me Hondo's crew. Like, give me the pirates from Resistance. Like, frickin' even Grief Karga, for the love of God. Like, give me
I think
something, man.
I might be coping, but I feel like what they're doing is they're doing the opposite of like they're kind of doing like what they did last set where they're just starting out kind of like limp, and then like
Fair.
right the last week they're gonna hit the gas and it's gonna be like, here's all your outlaws and here's everything you expected to come from this set and here's the
Okay.
good leaders. And so the beginning is just gonna be stale. It's gonna be
I just
here's a worthless Hera card. And because I will stand by, I do not think that card is good. I think it's cute when it works, and I think it's garbage any other time. It does not impact the board at all. It has coordinate on it, which we know is not great. Anybody who thinks this card is really, really, really good, I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah, we'll see. She could ride my Peloton. Is all I'm saying. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I see what you're saying. I can dig it. We're at a lull in the game that we keep talking about, and we need to hype it up. The Luke was a good thing. As much as I'm hating, the Luke was a good thing because it has the credit token tied in. But everything else so far is really not doing it for me, except for that Boba Fett. But we'll see. All right,
Can I do
absolutely do whatever you
um
want.
a speculation?
Yes, please. Please
Um,
speculate.
if it were me, I would pick up my Galen Ursos if you haven't already. They're 77 cents
Ooh,
low on
yeah.
TCG Player. It's a unique effect. I mean, doesn't see a lot of play yet, but you never know when you're going to need a card that just shuts down a card, and you might need that. We don't know what's going to be broken in the future, but having that play set already, it could be relevant.
And you play that in your plot palp, right? It's a pretty good accord because you
I
only got to
I
pay the
played
token.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have to, you know normally he's 7, or he'd be I'm sorry, 6 in plot pal, but if you plot him, he's 3
Hmm.
because of the discount. So
Yeah, pick up some Galens. I'm with that. I like that card a lot myself. So I just wanted to go back to the spoilers real quick. I'm still convinced that I'm right, and they pulled a bunch of stuff out of Legends of the Force and put it from this set in. Like, I think Hondo was supposed to be in this set, and one of the Force users was supposed to be in the last set, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm convinced of it, but I'm not trying to get y'all. Actually, I am. Get your pitchforks. Meet me outside FFG, and tell them the Sherpa sent you. They already hate me enough. Go, my pretties, fly.
A lawless
Just kidding.
time.
Under the Twin Suns does not condone any kind of this bull crap that Cole says. Thank you. All right, we got a fun question for y'all this week, Steve. Steve, you and I, we're lifelong Star Wars fans. We've probably changed our opinions
Indeed.
on a lot of things throughout our life, and we've grown in our knowledge of that world. You always thought, or at least when I was a kid, I always thought, like, what would I do if I lived in Star Wars? And, like, I thought I would be some kind of badass bounty hunter, like Django or Cad Bane or something. Now that I'm an IT professional, I realize I would probably just work in administrative works in politics or some kind of banking clan job. Or maybe if I was a little naughty, run a little spice for the Huts or the Pikes. You know, what would Kiddo Steve have wanted to be?
Oh no, that's an easy one. Kiddo Steve loved the Bounty Hunter Wars, the Mandalorian books.
Ooh, so good.
I wanted to be Bosk or Boba Fett. Or, I wanted to be flying around killing fools and making money. Um, but now that I'm old, I'm scared of dying. Um, it's more like I think if I had to pick a profession, it would be something really, really plain. Like I'd be a mechanic, or I'd be that guy. I'd be like what's her face off of um, Mos Espa fixing Mando's
Oh,
ship. That'd probably
Pele,
be
Pele
probably my
something. Yeah,
yeah.
Pele
I'd be
something.
Pele, crazy hair lady. Um, that'd probably
Space
be
Ante.
more my speed.
Yeah,
Something out of the danger.
I loved the Jango Fett and Boba Fett book series when I was a kid, so I was like, dang, I want to be a Mandalorian bounty hunter. That'd be cool. And then like Boba got to be Mandalore. At least in Legends he was Mandalore. I think we settled
Hmm.
that didn't happen in canon, but he is in my heart. But then like the Battlefront 2 campaign where Boba Fett led that attack on the Camino, that was pretty cool. That made me like that a lot. But now that I'm older and I just work with computers all day, I probably would just work in the banking clan or some kind of political job, get a little corrupt with it, make some Skrilla.
Oh yeah.
Give a little extra emergency powers to the Chancellor, see what happens. Who needs the Jedi anyway?
What's the worst that could happen?
Dude, literally. I was watching a video about how the Jedi made a bunch of money during the Clone Wars. I never realized that, which is crazy because none of them ever had it. It was just like in their vault. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
guys
think it was in I
go
think it
ahead.
was in Shadowhunter where Obi-Wan was like, I remember as a kid reading it, and he like goes into a bar and he's like looking for information or whatever, and he just like tosses a few credits at the barkeep, and I'm like, I wonder, like, the Jedi rich, like they got it like that,
Yeah,
and
they do
uh,
apparently.
yeah, they got it like that.
So apparently the way that it works is you would get like a very small salary a year for your personal expenses, but most Jedi never had personal expenses. And if you were a Jedi, I think the terminology was guardian, whatever whoever would go on missions like Obi-Wan, Anakin, they'd get like budgets given to them or like when Qui-Gon got credits and he happened to have credits on Tatooine, that was from his like budget for the mission or whatever. Um from my understanding. Correct us if we're wrong. I always like being corrected when I'm wrong about Star Wars and learning stuff. Like how apparently, Dengar has 6 fingers. I've been told.
That's what they say.
That's what they tell me.
I don't know who says that, but somebody.
You guys let us know below what you would have wanted to be when you were a kid in Star Wars. But yeah, it's been a fun couple minutes or a couple out, couple couple dozen minutes hanging out with y'all. Steve, anything else to tell the beautiful people besides thank you for all the support lately?
No, go out there, fling some cardboard rectangles at each other, and have a good time.
Absolutely. Always play more cards. Hope you guys enjoyed the Empire at War gameplay. Well, other than that, tell your pets you love them. We'll catch you at Under the Twin Suns later this week. And bye bye now.